today I'm going to be sharing with you an update on my Pan That palette for 2016. So I've been working on a couple of smaller palettes. So these are the 3 smaller palettes that I've been working on. I'm going to start with the one that I've made the most progress on so far, and that's going to be the Maybelline Eye Studio Quad in Matte for Mauve. So I'm going to first show you guys what it looked like last month at this time. Here's what it looks like now. So I have finished off these 2 shades. So this one I was using all over my lid, this one I was using in the outer corner and transition area, and both of those were gone. I figured they would be last month. I mentioned that because there was only like this edge on this one, and then this one I kind of crumpled up. So that one I finished off. This green I've mentioned a couple of times. I'm not going to keep using that one. I've used it a couple of times and it just fades away to nothing, and I don't like the way my eye looks. I have other greens that I like better, so I'm not going to even try to attempt to pan that one. And then this burgundy color is all that I have left that I'm going to finish off in this quad. So this one I had pan in the center, and now I'm working my way out to the edge. So this one's probably going to take me a couple of months to use, but I'm continuing to use that in my outer corner and on my lower lash line. So I'm making some progress there, but I do feel like that's going to take me a little while longer. But once that one's done, I'm going to be done with this quad, so that'll be exciting. The next one that I've been working on using up is the Clinique Color Surge Eyeshadow Duo in Pink Tweed. This, again, I think is been discontinued for a while, but I've had it in my collection. I used to love it in high school. This one I felt like I made pretty good progress on. The last couple of months I'd been focusing on finishing up these shades first, so once I finished up these 2 colors in here, I moved on to this one. I recently did a Pan That palette get ready with me, so if you want to see that, I'll leave that linked here. I put that up as my last video, so it kind of showed you just how I've been using the eyeshadows from my Pan That palette. I used all 3 of these different palettes in there because I use all of them on a daily basis, kind of mixed together. So here's what this looked like last month at this time. And here's what it looks like now. So I made a lot more pans, so I've spread out the pan around and then down, so it's hit this bottom part down here. So I would say this is probably about 1/4 of the way gone. I'm working on working my way out that way into the edges. And then I've been using this, so this goes all over my lid. And then this I've been using in my outer corner and transition area, my crease area, and then my lower lash line. And so it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of use. There's a little bit of a dip, even though I've been using this every day. It's not going as fast as this one is. This one already had pan in it, but this one is just not going very fast. But I really like this color. It's a really pretty, like, bronzy rose gold type color. It's pretty. I'm a big fan of this little quad. I forgot how much I liked it until I started using it again, but I'm sure I can find other colors like this in my collection, but I really do like this duo. And then my last one that I've been working on in the last month or so is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. I've also been mentioning my Coastal Scents Ballerina little sampler quad, but I hadn't used that at all this month, I don't think. I think I've only used these 3 for the most part, and then occasionally I've used some of my other palettes. So this one, I feel like I haven't made a whole lot of progress on, so I'll show you guys what it looked like last month at this time. And here is what it looks like now. So I have expanded the pan on these 2 a little bit. So this is Walk of Shame and Naked 2. This I use in my crease, and then this I use to kind of blend up from my crease so that it doesn't look too harsh. I use that on my lids pretty much every day mixed with those other palettes. And then Foxy usually goes on my brow bone, and then Venus can go in my inner corner sometimes. I don't use it all the time, but that's usually how I use it. So there is a dip in both of these, but no pan yet. Last month I had mentioned that I've been using these 2 mixed under my eyes. I stopped doing that this month because I have another little powder that I'm trying to use up. So I haven't been doing that as much. So there's not as big of a difference in these 2, but the pan has expanded a little bit. I still haven't really used either of these 2 very much, but I use these 4 pretty consistently. Doesn't look like a whole lot of progress, but I am using most of these colors every day. So that is it for my Pan That palette update. I'm feeling pretty good about my usage in my Maybelline quad. My Clinique one is getting more pan, which is nice, and I really do like the looks. I've been enjoying these looks quite a bit. They're very basic. They're not too intense or anything like that. The burgundy that I use from the Maybelline quad doesn't make my eyes too smoky or anything like that, so I feel like it still works really well. I really like these. I'm going to keep going with them. I've been mixing in some of my other palettes occasionally and trying those out and seeing if there's ones that I really just don't like, that I don't use that much. So there's a couple palettes that I think I'm going to try to sell here as I do my next update on my inventory. So I was going to try to do that quarterly, but I've already missed the quarterly line, so maybe I'm going to do that 3 times this year. Maybe I'll do it every 4 months instead of every 3, because it's a lot of work. So I think I will do that sometime coming up soon here. If you are doing a Pan That palette, I would love to hear that in the comments below. If you have any thoughts on any of these products or how I could use them differently, let me know that. I would love to hear that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.